In this episode of MBEU, we have Killer Bean versus Bob the Tomato. First, let's talk about Killer Bean. Killer Bean is a film uploaded onto YouTube by a channel named Killer Bean Animation. His original appearance was quite bad, admittedly. However, the film Killer Bean Forever, which is in 4K and released in 2018, is what got Killer Bean his popularity. And while most portrayed as a silly meme movie, it takes itself quite seriously. However, whether you like it ironically or unironically, Killer Bean has plenty of abilities himself. Well, we cannot be certain if the character's real name is Killer Bean. That's all we get, so we will refer to him as that here. Killer Bean is a bean that was sent to Beantown by the Shadow Agency. He is trained with incredible combat skills and hand-to-hand fighting. He was almost defeated in hand-to-hand combat before one of his other greatest strengths, his intelligence and quick thinking, saved him from death. Not only does he have quick thinking skills, but Killer Bean also has 2 guns with golden dragons on the sides, and they have surprisingly good weapons. He can aim with said guns very well. However, Killer Bean does have one flaw. He is known to be quite reckless in many areas and overly protective and untrusting. However, even with his recklessness, Killer Bean certainly has the better and upper hand of winning this battle. Moving on from Killer Bean, let's talk about his opponent for today, Bob the Tomato. Bob the Tomato is one of the 2 hosts and one of the most iconic characters from the VeggieTales series. He hosts the show VeggieTales, which teaches kids Christian values and principles. Bob is aware of the 4th wall, can pick objects up despite not having hands, and he has a small amount of the Toon Force due to being a less serious cartoon than Killer Bean. Bob also has a superhuman alter ego, Thingamabob. Thingamabob is able to fly and has superhuman characteristics. However, since he is a tomato, his defense is probably just a little bit above that to an actual tomato. His main weakness is that he has a serious personality and generally doesn't like his friend Larry's antics. Despite his strict attitude, Bob cares for his friends and can be convinced to lighten up once in a while, not to mention his Christian values will probably prohibit him from actually hurting someone. Hopefully he still has a fighting chance in this battle. Alright, the results are in. Killer Bean obviously won. Okay, Killer Bean has a gun. Killer Bean is way more skilled in combat than Bob, and while Bob may have a small amount of the Toon Force, it is not as extreme as those of Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, and other Looney Tunes of their status. Bob the Tomato also would not enjoy harming anyone, and does not move very quickly, while Killer Bean has so much of an advantage in this battle that it wasn't even fair from the start. And while Thingamabob would give Bob some extra durability, which would make him last longer than normal Bob would, Thingamabob's ability to fly would not save him from the fact that Killer Bean has guns alongside his combat skills. Thank you, everybody. That's Killer Bean versus Bob the Tomato.
Get ready for the next battle.